Hello and good evening. My name is Sandra Jarvis. I am known as the PepTalksCoach and Queen. And today I'm going to talk about beginning anew. Your past is your past. So let's put that behind us and let's move on. I mean, the worst thing that can happen is when we keep constantly regurgitating all the stories of the past. You've got to understand that, in all honesty, you are the person that is going to rewrite that script. Nobody else can do it for you. You have to do that for yourself. So what you see for yourself is what is going to happen. And if you see that as your movies are unfolding, that life is getting worse and worse, you have the power and you have the choice. That's where your power lies, in changing things. When you change your thoughts, you will change your world. And let me give you, for instance, I know that there was a time when I was so depressed as hell, because believe you me, each and every day I'd wake up and I'd think that it was the same day. It seemed like Groundhog Day. No kidding and no lying about that. But I kid you not, I got fed up with being fed up. I got fed up of getting out of the bed late, doing little or nothing, and moaning and complaining and being very ungrateful. You just have to understand that when you are in that mind frame, in that mindset, that life is just going to get worse and worse and worse. And things started to get better for me the moment I decided that I wanted more, that I could be more. I thought I could be more. I believed that I could be more. And I knew deep down inside that I could be more. That's when I decided to rewrite the script. And I didn't even realize that I was doing it. But I knew that I couldn't go on the way that I'd been going on before. So today I'm saying to you, we can begin anew. We can begin a new story. And we will be in charge of what is going to happen. The characters that we're going to introduce, the circumstances, the changes that we're going to make. And it is more than possible. And let me tell you, whilst being depressed, I was in dire straits. Every life issue, you name it, homelessness, unemployment, loneliness, and bereavement, everything, one after another, I went through that. But I knew that there's something inside me that wanted to live. I also had a purpose. I had a son. And for me, that was very, very important. So when we talk about, I can't, and listen, you can. And the moment you start to say, I think I can, I know I can, you're giving yourself room to change, to make a difference. Enough is enough. You've got yourself into a pattern where you're on automatic and you're doing the same thing over and over and over again. That's insanity. And you know that and I know that. So we've got to change. We've got to do something completely different now. We've got to begin anew. And you have the power within you to begin anew. It starts with you. Your thoughts. Change your thoughts, you'll change your world. And here's what was happening to me in my life in the past. I was so depressed, I'd get out of bed, I'd walk round the bed and get back in. Yes, that is what I would do. And I could not get out of that cycle until one day I promised myself that if I could get out of that bed and do something for myself that was different, then that would be the beginning of setting a new day each and every day. I promised myself. I got out of bed and I started doing something different. I started to pick up a book and started to read a personal empowerment book. I started to look at and watch Oprah Winfrey. Now, she was on for half an hour each and every day. And believe you me, like a dog, I would sit there waiting for my dinner because I knew that I'd get fed with a host of authors, motivational authors, telling me that I could improve my life, that I had a purpose. And you know something? I needed to hear that at that moment in time, because for me, each and every day, it was the phrase that would come to my mind as soon as I opened my eyes. What was the point? What was the point of everything? What was the point of life? What was the point if every single day is going to be the same? And then I said to myself, no, I can do bigger, I can do better things. And each and every day, I did something new. I congratulated myself. I started to be thankful. I started to be grateful. I lived in a 2-bedroom house at the time. And every single room was a mess. Talk about clutter. It was a state of my mind. And every single day I struggled to get around the house because there was memories, past memories that I couldn't deal with, and rooms just full with clutter, until I said, okay, every day I would find something to throw away. And every week I had something to throw away. Weeks, months of throwing away rubbish. And I promised myself that each and every day that I would work on just one room, tidy it, make it a haven. I started with my dining room. Now, let me tell you this, and I will kid you not, I knew nothing about DIY. Right, but I knew that I needed to decorate, and I knew that I needed to beautify this room, and if that I could do that, then I could do the other rooms as well. And I kept going. I kept looking at the DIY programs over and over and over again, and thank God at the time they had several different ones on the go, and I just turned the channel, flicked the channel from program to program, and I kept doing that until I could not look at another program anymore, because I was getting sick of these programs. And I said, right, I'm going to get the paint, I'm going to get the brush, I'm going to get everything that I need, all the equipment that I need, but that room, that dining room, was going to be transformed. And let me tell you, I painted it and I wasn't happy, so I said, well, look, if it's not going to be the way that I want it to be, I'm going to start all over again, buy new paint and start all over again, and whitewash the paint on the wall before, because I had this idea that I could paint it yellow, because yellow would make me feel very, very happy. Well, I painted it yellow, and believe you me, it was a leery yellow, and it was doing my head in. I didn't know very much about DIY, but I knew that I wanted to be at peace, and I wanted to come into this room and feel happy. So I redecorated and painted it and toned down the colors, and I thought, yes. Then I brought new furniture in, and then I promised myself each and every single day that I would maintain the room. I would maintain it by bringing it back to order, bringing it back to tidiness. So there's an acronym called SPACE, which is that I had to sort out all the rubbish and get rid of that. I had the P, I had to purge myself of anything that I didn't want. I had to A, I had to accessorize and make that room look nice. I had to C, I had to put things into containers so that it would be nice and tidy. And E, I had to equalize it every single day. I learned that from Oprah Winfrey, from this book, and the acronym was SPACE, and that is how I managed to maintain that room. And once that was done, I went to the next one, and the next room, and the next room. And let me tell you, and I will kid you not, it took time. It didn't happen overnight, but I changed. And the moment I changed, I could see the evidence in each and every room. I could see the evidence in myself. I walked better. I held myself better. I spoke better. I just had a better feeling about myself. And you can have that too. In life, it doesn't happen overnight, but if you are aware of the thing that needs to get changed, you can change that. And for me, I knew that I was in the stuck, and that my life was going nowhere, and that my house was a mess, and it was a state of my mind. So room by room, I tackled it. I beautified each and every room. And before that, I can tell you, I was so ungrateful. I moaned, I complained, criticized. I was in a very bad place. But then I said, if I'm going to get better, and if Oprah Winfrey and all those authors are telling me that I need to be grateful, and I need to be grateful for even the little things, that my life would change, I did that. You know, the scriptures were being read by certain people like Marie Osmond: trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding, and in all your ways follow him and he will direct your path. I said, acknowledge him and he will direct your path. I did that. I did all those things, and I saw that my life was improving day by day. And here's the thing, the moment I followed the rules and started to clean up my mess, my life became better. The way I visualized things became better. And once I finished beautifying that house, I was then ready to move on. And I found another house which was really nice. It had everything that I had written down that I wanted, more or less came to manifest in this house. And I will tell you this, It will only happen because I decided I was going to take charge, take control of the house that I was in. And after that, then the blessings came. I moved to a bigger house with a bigger garden, with bigger rooms, with more space, with plenty of light, plenty of storage. And this is the key. Nothing will happen until you decide what it is that you want and you start to begin cleaning up your mess. You cannot move forward until you do that. So let's not get this twisted. It will start with you. It will start with a little step. And they say that a journey of 1,000 miles takes a single step. Well, whatever step that you have to take to begin anew, do it. Because once you do it, you will not be the same. You will be transformed and you will see all the differences in your life. I hope that this has inspired you. I hope that this has motivated you. It's time to move. It's time to move. It's time to move on with your life. So you have to move up, move on, and move out from where you are to where you want to be. And it starts with your thinking. Change your thoughts, you'll change your world. I am telling you, life is worth living. There's a point, there's a purpose to your life. The stories, your mess is your message. And if you can understand that whatever dire straits that you are in, that you can get out of it, you will get out of it. I can tell you that I am here for you. Now, you can contact me via Facebook. I am Sandra Jarvis. I'm known as the Pep Talks Coach and Queen. For those of you who want coaching sessions with me, just Facebook me, give me a message, send me a message and everything. And I will tell you, I will be there with you mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually. I will literally hold your hand because that is how I work. I am coming from a place of authenticity. I know what it's like to be depressed and not know what the hell you're doing and how to move on. I know what it's like when there's no one there in your corner to even give you any form of encouragement. This is how my pep talks began, where I used to write pep talks to myself just to encourage myself because there was no one around me that cared to tell me that, Sandra, you are amazing, you are dynamic, you are a powerful woman. No one. So I'm going to say to you that though you might have one or two people in your life, and I did, I needed to get fed. I needed to be full. And so in order for me to be full, I needed to do for self. And it started with my pep talks each and every day, where I encouraged myself to get out of bed. I encouraged myself to move on. I encouraged myself to tidy my house. I encouraged myself to sort out the desk. I encouraged myself every single day. And you know what? I still do. So I hope that you're inspired. Drop me a line on Facebook and we'll keep in touch. And in the meantime, take great care of you. Bye for now.